Did it work? Welcome to Muttify episode 2. I'm J Mutt, and originally this was not planned, but a few things lined up. I got myself a Switch 2, which I'm only currently just playing Tears of the Kingdom, and I originally had, and I have a dust cover that I used for Switch 1 because I don't clean my house properly, so I need a dust cover so that it doesn't go into like the vents and things like that. And it no longer fits because of the increased size, which I'm not mad about. I hated this dust cover that I got from Amazon. It has a childish illustration that is not quite my aesthetic, and also it doesn't hold together its frame. And so if you see here, I had to tape the corners. But I just got it because I got it really cheap in Amazon. I think it was only like $10 or something like that. Yeah, so it's a great opportunity to get rid of this. Secondly, I have a spool of red PLA filament that I use slightly for a kid's birthday party goodie bag. Third, I have small magnets that I bought for a different project. New Switch 2 controllers snap with a magnet, and their logo animation changed with the new mechanism. So I thought it would be a fun idea to create a Nintendo Switch 2 logo dust cover that snaps together with magnets. Originally, I thought of a full-size logo with a mechanism that mimics the animation, which it doesn't collapse together like directly straight, but it kind of like from the sideways kind of comes together. However, I thought that will make the project like unnecessarily complicated. I want to finish this within a week. So this is what the end looked like. And I decided to not make it into a full logo because I want it to be as compact as possible, which I think it'll still be huge. The process was same as always. I took the Nintendo Switch 2 logo to Figma, traced it, and exported as SVG file so that I can take it to FreeCAD extrude. And finally, the extruded shapes were taken to the Nomad Sculpt to start building. So I finished some test printing, and this is just a test print to make sure that it fits into the dock so that it will stay in its place. Yeah, and then after that I directly started printing the dock, which it was a big failure because I don't know what happened down here, but because of it, it broke down very easily. Yeah, and then I also printed this to make sure that it's sliding properly, which happily it is, and to make sure if the magnet fits inside properly. Okay, so I had to pause the print. Look at this. This is huge. Good thing that I didn't make it into a full logo. But yeah, this is big. And one issue of that being big is that I actually ran out of filament. So I quickly was able to order another one, which defeats the purpose of this whole design or the whole project. But you know, once I started, I have to finish it. So yeah, so that's like a mid update. Okay, I finished taking off all the support, and one thing that I noticed is that if you guys see, like, there's like a layering issue happening. And originally I thought it was because this is where I switched the red filament to a new one, but it happened in the white one as well. It's hard to see, but yeah. But it turns out that it's because of the thickness here. But anyways, yeah, so there's some lines happening. There's some lines happening here and here, which that's fine. And then there's some kind of error going on here. And then, you know, a lot of issues
And then there's a lot of issues here. But that's fine because all those parts can be glued. So first of all, I printed a thin plate so that I can paint it, so that I can paste it on top. And then this goes from behind for the Switch logo, like this. And then this part, it's the reason I don't care that much is because I'm going to glue this here like this. So glue, and here, this is also going to be glued. This, like this, so that this, and then I have to reprint the platform where the dog is going to rest because apparently it's a little bit too thick, so it doesn't slide that well. It's a little bit stiff. So even with magnets, it's going to be hard to make that clapping when this is going to be too thick. So I'm going to redo that, but while it's reprinting, I'm going to make sure to glue this together. Yep.
Finally, I have finished my dust cover for my Switch 2, and this is the final product. One thing that did change from, well, a lot of things changed, but as you can see, here the logo is no longer red. Now it has my channel logo on it because branding. And then I ended up pasting all the magnets inside, and yeah, it has all the vents and then big space for cables just in case, and it perfectly slides in and out. One thing that I did notice is that the sound is a little bit dull. I don't know if let me put the mic closer and then yeah. This is the sound I was thinking. This is like a name tag I made for the Skinny series, and if you see here, the sound is more similar to the Switch logo animation and also the sound that I was expecting. But I think it's because of the size of it and the hollowness inside that is making the sound. But you know, minor details that I will not address. One other thing that I changed majorly is the platform. One thing that I noticed earlier on is that this is the original stand that I had, and which did work fine when you place it, but the one problem that happened is that the device itself was too tall and did not fit. So I had to make sure that I didn't want it to reprint this because it costs a lot of material. So I had to I had to reprint the stand, and I made sure that it goes deeper in. One thing that also I noticed is that the air ventilation system is, despite it has a lot of holes here, I thought this was where the air was flowing in, but it's the little spot here. So I also made sure that when you place in the dock, it has a little hole here so that air can flow in. Oh, this way, air can flow in. Yeah, so basically that was it. That's how it went. Things are great, working pretty well. I'm very satisfied with the outcome from given time because I only worked on it like 3D modeling wise 3 days, and the actual printing, it became like 4 days to print, 4.5 days. But yeah, finally finished, and now. And one thing, it's like a great carrying case as well, so everything is secured in. The magnet is pretty strong, so everything is secured. Yes, so that was the end of this project. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. And reply.